Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look, have a chat about a deck which I'm willing to bet is not on any of your radars. It was not on my radar until earlier today when I had a cheeky look over at some results in Japan, and this one stood out as a deck which I didn't see coming, you didn't see coming, but it can get a KO on literally anything, and it seems like one we should be taking a little bit seriously. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Scolipede, which, fun little side note, is from Twilight Masquerade, and it seems like every 5 minutes somebody discovers another card from Twilight Masquerade, which it turns out is in fact redonkulously good. What we got from Scolipede is 2 energy, and you put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until it's got 10 HP remaining. You can do free energy 160, but we're not. We are playing Toxtricity in this deck, so we can actually accelerate energy to the point where we can do this. It's a backup plan, maybe, I don't know, at some point. Really here, the goal is very simple. Poison them, put them down to 10 HP, laugh as they get KO'd by poison. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the goal. So we got Scolipede to push them down to 10 HP remaining. We got Toxtricity, which incidentally is how we accelerate the energy rather nicely, because it's a 2 energy attack on a stage 2. We're trying to make things as easy as we can here. So this is what we're doing. We can then have a look and go, alright then, how are we getting the poison? And largely it's Brute Bonnet, an Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. That's how we've been doing poison for a while now. That's how we're doing poison here. You attach an Ancient Booster Energy Capsule to your Brute Bonnet, and then all of a sudden your opponent gets poisoned. And to be fair, you also get poisoned, but you're a single prize Pokemon. You're a single prize Pokemon taking a 1-hit KO on hopefully a 2, or nowadays maybe even a free prize Pokemon. You just don't care. Oh no, you're taking 10 damage at the end of your turn. You'll get over it. It will be fine. Sometimes we take advantage of the poison and use stuff that make you do more damage. No, don't care about that. We're taking the poison. We got 170 HP, which is pretty high for a stage 2, and we just don't care anymore. Job's a good un. Same thing, we're taking the damage off the Toxtricity. For what it's worth, we are playing 1 copy of Monkey Dory in the list I'm going to be showing you, which can get some of this damage off, but you're playing 1 Monkey Dory as a fun little tech. You're not playing things to increase your damage if you're poisoned. The goal of this deck is, I'm going to get damage on me, but that's just incidental. I'm getting a 1-hit KO on you. Well, maybe Monkey Dory can move some of the damage. That would be fine, I suppose. And this is very much the core of the deck. Scolipede puts them down to 10 HP remaining. The poison comes from Brute Bonnet to go and get the KO. And then you've got yourself Toxtricity to make sure you've got the energy. Job's a good un. But there are some other Pokemon we're playing here to help out a little bit as well. Like the promo Pecharunt. Now this isn't quite aggressively promo Pecharunt as we've seen from some decks in the past. We're just going for poison. And then Pecharunt is going to go and put it up to 6 damage counters between turns. It is not that aggressive build where we are accelerating poison and all of that. They're taking 6 damage from poison. We're not even playing the jungle or any of that. But it's just a handy bonus. The fact that you're generally going to be hitting for 6 damage counters is honestly legitimately kind of annoying. Because honestly, the goal here should be 7, because that is the key number for small Pokemon, evolving Pokemon, all of that. But you can always use the attack on Pecharunt, remember. Because the attack on Pecharunt does 10 damage, and then poisons, and then they take 6 from the poison because of Pecharunt's ability, and this will actually work. And again, because you've got Toxtricity accelerating energy, you will actually be able to make this work here. So if you really want to hit 70, you need Toxtricity, but then Poison Chain does 10, plus 10 for poison, plus 5 for toxic subjugation, and you will get it. But this is very much more of a handy bonus than a real, this is how I'm going to win the game. Obviously, we've got Fez and Dipty here. You'd draw 3 cards if you had a Pokemon KO'd last turn. I mean, come on. This one writes itself, ladies and gentlemen. Most decks are playing it. You should be too. Because, especially with a single prize deck, you give up 1 prize and you get to draw 3 cards next turn. Yeah, that'll do rather nicely. While we are doing a whole bunch of this, we've also got ourselves a new Evil Towel, the one that came around in Mega Revolution. And of course, this Evil Towel, the best thing about it is, well, firstly, it's a free retreat Pokemon, yay. But also single energy, 20 damage, and they can't retreat next turn. And this is just great for buying time. We see it all over the place. High HP, stop them retreating, keep them in the active, and you can essentially use this to buy yourself time while you set up everything else it is that you're trying to do. And then we got ourselves a Sableye here. Specifically, we're talking about the Sableye from Paldea Evolves. We're going back a bit here. Not a card we see every day. But it does 90 if your opponent's active is affected by a special condition. And you're going to be poisoning them on a pretty regular basis, hopefully every turn. So the goal here is essentially you poison them and then Sableye hits for 90. It's not huge damage, but certainly against low HP Pokemon or any of that, you know, as an early game attacker, it works rather nicely indeed. Now, in terms of trainers, one of the things we need to be playing here, it's not the most fun A-Spec ever, but Precious Trolley. We do need Precious Trolley. I hate to break it to you, but it goes against all your basics. It's not an exciting A-Spec, but you are playing an evolution deck here with your Stage 2 Scolipede, your Stage 1 Toxtricity, and all of that. So getting out all of your basics nice and early, ready to evolve is huge, so Precious Trolley does need to be played. The list I'm going to show you only plays 2 rare candy, and part of the reason for that is you've got stuff like Sableye as an early game attacker, you've got things like Yveltal to stop your opponent retreating. This deck should be able to slow the game down a little bit, so you're not that reliant on rare candy, although obviously we're also playing TM Evolution here. That is incredibly important, because that just lets you evolve up your bench Pokemon. Simple as that. And that is a lot of the time going to be your early game plan, which also then reduces how much we need to worry about rare candy, because this is going to work rather nicely indeed. In terms of stadium here, you are going to need Town Store. Town Store is going to become absolutely vital here, because your Ancient Booster Energy Capsule is one that you need to get. Absolutely vital to the deck, so having to play Town Store to go and search it out seems like a rather small price to pay. It's something you do need to be doing, unfortunately. And then because you're playing Arven, every deck's playing Arven, it does mean that, you know, playing only one, admittedly, but playing one Earthen Vessel becomes a pretty nice idea here. Essentially, it's a way to get your energy, which is searchable with Arven. So you play Arven for Earthen Vessel, and Earthen Vessel will then go and get you your energy, and round we go. Here is a nice little example list that you can use, and like I say, this has been popping up over in Japan, doing a little bit of winning here and there. It is very much an under-the-radar kind of deck, and there is a bit of setup involved, I grant you. But you drop anything down to 10 HP, and as long as they're not immune to special conditions, literally anything gets KO'd. 2 energy on a Scolipede, and then your basic Brute Bonnet with a tool attached, that's it. That's a one-hit KO on anything, and then if you do get into a single prize Pokemon fight, then you do still have stuff like your Sableye, like your Pecharunt, which you can use in that regard as well. This is not a deck I had on my radar. This is not one that I was thinking about. I was not expecting to be coming along and showing you this. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm a little bit convinced. I think this could be very nice indeed. So there we go. That's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Do you think Scolipede is legit? Real? A threat? Something we need to be taking care of? Or do you think it is a fun little deck that can have a little bit of success here or there, but isn't actually good enough? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Tamberlin, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.